Alright, so I think it's week 13 maybe of our patio gardening experiment. If that isn't right, I'll put it up on the title of the video. And we just got back from our vacation, our 1-week trip, and we had a friend watering the plants while we were gone. I guess the good news is our tomatoes have continued flowering and actually have some fruits now. Some very, very small tomatoes growing, so that's great to see. However, we do have some bad news. Tiffany, you want to explain what happened with the peppers here?
Well, it turns out that those caterpillars that I found last week, there was more of them that had been on the pepper plant that I didn't know about. So they had a little buffet while we were gone, and I pulled 4 of them out of the pot after I watered today. So these 3, they're still alive, but they're not moving because I scared them. But this guy, he's the biggest of the bunch. He really picked out. So in comparison, the one that we found before, they were very tiny. They were about, this big and very skinny, and now you can see this guy is...
He's lumbering along.
Yeah, he's getting pretty big. I still don't know what kind of caterpillar they are, but they seem to only be interested in our pepper and tomato plants. So, we will relocate these guys to the yard and keep our eyes out for any more, but hopefully this is the last of them.
Yeah. Our little flowers are sort of slowly coming along here. No blooming yet. Again, the purpose of these flowers is to have some blooms that can attract bees and whatnot that will help pollinate. Our cucumbers are doing well. We just harvested 2 of them, which I unfortunately don't have to show you.
Where are they?
They're indoors.
Where, in the kitchen?
No, they're in the... We didn't plan this very well. They're on the table there. Anyway, but we do have some more cucumbers growing here, which is great to see. There we go. And there's several others of them. Here's what we just harvested. The 2 cucumbers here.
These were the ones that we had been proudly displaying previously.
And they're looking a little yellow at the moment, maybe because they just weren't harvested in time. But we're going to try and eat them anyway, obviously.
We'll see. We'll see how they taste.
Yeah. There's 2 more things that I think are worthy of showing. Our basil here started to actually flower. So we clipped off the flowering. Why was that? Why did we do that, Tiffany?
I don't know. I think it has something to do with the way the plant will grow. It's also very wilted because it wasn't getting enough water. But it's something to do with how the plant grows, and you're not supposed to let it flower or whatever.
Our green onion is really just thriving at this point, which is great. I just had a little and it tasted very much like green onion. So here's the last thing that I think is worthy of showing this week. It has to do with something we learned
tomatoes, right?
on vacation. Yeah, well, I want to talk about suckers here. Look. So we learned on vacation that suckers are a situation where you have a big branch coming out, and then there's this other little branch that'll come out. But this branch that comes out in the middle will never ever produce any fruit. It's pretty much just something that saps the plant's growth, and so it puts all its energy into creating these little pointless things, and it, instead of creating what we want it to create, which is the fruits, the actual fruits. So what you have to do with these little sucker guys is you kind of just have to pinch them off, and they can grow to be quite big if you let them. So you just have to get rid of these suckers. So we learned that. We obviously hadn't been doing that. Here's another one I just noticed. But there we go, see? We're doing that now. So we just went through and got a whole bunch of them, and we're going to try and nip any others in the bud that we see. So that's, I guess, a good tip for, I think, week 13. So that's what's going on with our patio gardening experiment. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.